Okay, so for the sake of this video, we are looking at this very first problem. So we're going to try and figure out what type of reaction it is and then what the products might be. Right, so if we take a look at this equation, the first thing I notice is that this first molecule starts with hydrogen. Right, so I have H right there. The second molecule has OH at the end. What those two things tell me is that this is an acid and this is a base, right? Hydroxide OH usually tells me this is a base. Molecules that start with hydrogen like this are usually an acid. So that makes this an acid-base reaction. What does that mean for our products? So for an acid-base reaction, my products are always water and a salt, right? And remember, a salt is just an ionic compound, so a metal and a nonmetal, which in this case is going to be sodium and chlorine, right? So let's start with how I knew that. If we take a look at this, and I'm going to pull up kind of a whiteboard here in a second, I know that one of my products is water. Okay, well, what is water? If I jump over here, I think my H is kind of cut off. Water is just H2O. Right, so I'm going to write H2O, I know is one of my products. So here's that first H. Here's that OH. That's how I made this water, right? So what am I left with? Chlorine and sodium, which means my other product is going to be NaCl. I'm not quite done. I would want to then look at a periodic table to look at the charges of these two elements, right? Because if they're different numbers, I have to do the crisscross method. So if we look at a periodic table, sodium has a charge of +1, chlorine is -1, so I actually don't have to add anything here. But for an acid-base reaction, one of my products is water, so you can kind of imagine removing the H and the OH, right? That's where I made this water from. My second product is just going to be those other two elements combined. So usually a metal and a nonmetal. And that is an acid-base reaction. You can kind of think of it like a double replacement reaction, just with water involved as one of my products.